And with the worst part of the crossover behind us, now we can look to that which comes after.
Now we can breathe.
The darkest always comes before the dawn or some shit.
Yes.
Prophetic.
So, with this crossover's main story done, what is it now that we can look into? Perhaps a little jaunt through the museum of sorts, or about the typical Layton thing where we have an extra. Or why not all of it?
Compared to the normal Layton games, we did not have the mini games, but I guess for a little space constraining potentially. We don't want to overbuild stuff.
I will say this game has probably the most expansive epilogue DLC.
My name is Herschel Layton.
Oh, you have a voice
I'm
actor.
Wright. Nice to meet you.
Phoenix Wright, pleased to meet you. How come I'm the assistant?
I'm Maya Fey.
That's all she says.
I am Espella Cantabella, the storyteller's
Yeah, I
daughter.
have to say, thanks also to
All
the
those present, pay attention, so that the truth may be burned into your memory.
Sound chip
I,
ever.
Inquisitor
they still
Zacharias
managed to
Barnum,
work out with
am
the
indeed prepared to do battle,
polishing
my
of
lord.
the audio quality.
I'd say the 3DS had a
enemy of
very good
Labyrinthia,
sound card,
made of
especially
fire.
Yeah,
because
no.
it was a
I'm
handheld.
just saying, still not on par
This
with
puzzle's
one that
child's
would
play
be
for the
used
Great
for a
Witch and
TV
High
for our own
Inquisitor
console.
Darklaw.
Oh yeah, that's
You two
what I
are
was
very
getting at.
much alike. You and Eve the cat.
Cute stuff. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but
I,
one
Let's
line
do it,
for
Nick.
youngest
Your Honor,
youngest fella,
the defense
I
is
will
ready.
say, again, without getting
The
too
identity
far
of the
ahead of
Great
myself,
Witch.
I think
Do you
the
mean-
crossover is possibly
Honor,
the
I
most
request that the court hold
expansive
its verdict a
epilogue
moment longer.
bonus /
I have
DLC
reason to
content
believe that a
from
witch will
anything
appear here
Layton-wise.
And then,
Basically,
without warning,
Oh, yeah.
Labyrinthia was hit by
You know,
a
out of
heavy
context, it
rainstorm.
makes it sound like it's like
Professor.
saying, Your Honor, hold on a second,
But-
there's a witch coming.
What are you doing?
Well, when it comes to the
Hi,
3DS
Professor.
Layton
What's
games,
up?
they have an
You look
extra
flushed.
episodes added
She's an
in the
evil
episodes
fire witch
feature
who
both
uses
Miracle
magic to
Mask
hurt
when you
people.
complete the campaign for the first time.
Estella,
But yeah,
my
this
mum's
game
going
on
to
the
be
other
so
hand has
angry
like
if she notices I
a
took the
shit ton of
pendant.
DLC episodes.
at least
faithful
12 of them,
companion
and the episodes
Constantine.
function as, well, a bit of a meta commentary, but is mainly meant
I
to be
expect you
an
to defend
epilogue
Miss
to the
Cantabella
story.
with everything you've got, Mr. Wright.
Oh, so that was all of Barnum's lines.
I lost my glasses.
Hooray.
Do you like evidence,
And
Sir Defender?
yeah, we
Do
had
you love
one
proof,
line
Sir
of
Top
Kira,
Hat?
which-
Then prove I dropped my glasses at the crime scene.
I
can't
get what
prove
they
it.
were trying to do back then. I did not mention that much,
new
but they
story.
did not really went through
Seeing
the.
her growing
yeah,
up,
I
so
wish I not
strong
really
and
went
righteous,
through
in
the
defiance
psychotic
of her
moment
fate,
that the
had
character is
given me
supposed to
hope.
have. Like the motor mouth works.
My
but
name's Phoenix
she needs to
Wright.
be a bit more
I'm a
unusual,
baker.
in my opinion.
How many times will they make me say it?
Sounds unhinged to me.
My stories are no more
Never
than a
enough,
peek
Dibs.
at the caprice and irony of unfolding fate.
This must be how Nick usually feels.
Everything your
Okay.
daddy writes.
Oh my
comes true.
god! In case you ever wondered what he looks like with both eyes open down there.
Oh, you can't search
Yeah.
it again. You just can't.
Thanks for including the one line from
As you
Olivia
can
Lake.
see, I wear a butler's outfit. But the truth is, as the defense claims,
I mean,
I
girls
am
can wear
a girl.
butlery outfits too.
Let us put an
Oh
end
yes,
to
I
this
remember
illusion.
Revolutionary Girl
Once and
Utna,
for
all
all.
about all that
I took a
stuff.
quick crash course before operating the machines. Not bad,
Yeah,
huh?
all
You're
1
doomed
minute
to
to
always
it.
find trouble.
I'm a
if
very
it doesn't
quick
find you
learner.
first.
Someone left the instructions in the
I mean,
front.
we saw. I mean, as we saw in the recent New Orleans team footage, he's still doing it to this day.
So yeah, there's all the cutscenes here, movie theater style.
Oh god, try and watch all those cutscenes at once with how tiny the screens are.
They only show
Multitasking,
small
yeah.
snippets from them anyway,
have
so it's not
Jeeves,
like you can watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
There's of course music.
I think someone has made a Doctor Who video where they play every single
All of them
episode
will
that
walk.
exists.
Yeah.
This is Professor Layton's personal study. He's always studying puzzles there. A large bridge spanning the
That's it.
Thames.
Thames.
This is the English courtroom lobby. Basically, this is a look at all the environments that you pretty much go to as either Layton or Phoenix. This is the main street. It was here that the Professor and Luke came. A mural depicting Bazella.
Don't say it like that, Jesus.
Get your mind out of the gutter, Professor. Of course, the audience room. The Forest of Lost Way. Fitting name. The Underground Ruins. Spacious but gorgeous. The Stone Altar.
Very blue.
Mako energy. Of course, the tavern. It's rumored that Inquisitor Barnum drops by on rare occasions. Oh my. Of course, the special court.
Well, can't the man enjoy a drink?
I would get the feeling he might be enjoying something more than a drink.
A girl carrying a... Well, yeah, we know it's a spell.
Light and darkness. The two faces of Eve Belduke. One is the Inquisitor and the other is the Great Witch of the Shades. Of course, when Belduke took Grail in, the Rulers of Labyrinthia. The first story...
It just ends.
No, remember, the first story was the one about how a girl saves the town from a witch, and of course, a new beginning.
That's the thing, that the story just stopped. Like, it didn't even end.
Alright, so that's the bonuses. Now let's check out the extra content. Yes, I know to some of you, bonuses and extra content pretty much sound like the same thing, but with Layton stuff, this tends to be different. The extra content is stuff that has to be downloaded. Basically, after you complete an episode, which is all part of the epilogues here and there, you unlock some extra artwork as well as a description along with it. Not dissimilar from an art book. These versions of Barnum and Darklaw, yeah. A close-up of what Phoenix was supposed to be like, cross-examination-wise.
It's not too different.
Barnum's proud face, his sharp gaze betrays the playfully mischievous nature of an attractive, sporty prosecutor.
Was it?
High Inquisitor Darklaw. She's wearing a golden gauntlet like her father. I was very keen on her claw slam motion. This is just the top half of the picture.
Yeah, this is Kazuya Nuri.
Hey, look, Edgeworth and Larry Butts.
Yes! Edgeworth and Larry Butts were actually supposed to come along for the venture, and even get fitting outfits for it as well.
I would admit Larry Butts in a jester outfit probably would have been hilarious.
I do like how that
Edgeworth's outfit isn't even all that different, considering how he usually dresses.
I do like how the description for that one admits that a ton of content was kind of scrapped.
So at the very least, we get to see what it looked like.
Although Belduke appears only in the cutscenes showing the past, he's one of the key characters in the story, so he aimed for a grand design. Grail's clothing was chosen by Belduke. If you look closely, you'll notice that their outfits have some things in common. Hiding her long hair was quite tricky. Little Grail grew up in a poor but loving family, and we tried to convey that through her design. And by the way, we have sketches of Little Barnum. Sorry for the tease. Little Espel was a spontaneous child, while Eve acted like her older sister. I hope each of the girls fits in with their father's character.
I guess.
Kinda.
Sorta.
Since Carmine is a friend of Professor Layton, I wanted to give him Layton-esque, but Level 5 requested that I redo him as a cool Ace Attorney-style character. Yep! Told that Carmine's appearance in the game was very short, I drew him, and got told he looked like the type that dies in the opening, so I had to change his design.
Bro.
He kind of is the victim in the first place, thankfully doesn't die. Smiles had gone a long way from the first design. He was a guy in his prime years. As for Olivia, it was my long-awaited chance to create a fiery female character, so of course I made her Italian.
Mamma mia.
Flinch has the standard Ace Attorney first trial prosecutor look, but with a London touch, and loads of confidence, hence a smart outfit with a casual bow tie. Ace Attorney judges look so rugged, but I thought the London judge would belong to the Layton world, and so I made him more cuddly and lovable. Shutakumi would say, Zavari! Look at Teacher Eve and her student Espella straight out of Owl Coat School.
Which is funny because they're 2 years older than the student.
Yeah, I was about to say, they're supposed to be age-wise, but like that's what I mean. In the same way, the Lord Darker looks visibly older than Spella.
I guess the trauma aged her physically. This is the Great Witch in the opening. To give her a mysterious look, we decided to go for subtle cat motifs in her design. Cat ears, fur around the neck, claws. I wish she moved more like a cat too.
Oh yeah, the eye was so
Yeah, the specific eye.
The great, well, I guess it is a cat eye.
What is this maleficent design over here?
Simple but evoking connotations of sorcery, the eye symbol relates to the fact that the shades were invisible to the townspeople. It also indicates a connection with the Great Witch. The knights were based on a generic modern knight image. The simple look was balanced with a comic-style owl-themed outfit.
The eye symbology is something that's also used to justify the blindfolded in Automata, by the way.
And of
It's common
course,
for Japan.
the Vigilantes. Wordsmith has been revamped as a master swordsman with a sheathed sword on his back. God forbid he actually
Or
uses
shaky.
it. Also, yes, the small guy was based on a koala. Boystrom thinks his time has come in the Barnum list's last chapter. He was added to the game at the late stage, but I think we managed to give him plenty of personality.
Shaky looks like he's literally made out of sticks.
And we must not forget, or we'll get bitten, about Barnum's faithful companion. Phoenix is wearing Mrs. Leclerc's apron, and Maya is Spella's. Unfortunately, the appliques on the apron pockets were not perfect. The judge, known from the Ace Attorney series, we first experienced with Da Vinci-like designs, but we decided to go with the original and give him a hood. We drew about 20 labyrinthians of different height, occupation, and age. Capcom and Level 5 were working together on balancing out stylization and realism. We were working on these characters before the script was done. Seeing what kind of characterization they got in-game, we were really thrilled. Kira and Wordsmith started off as mere townspeople. We strove for balance when picking them as witnesses for the trial in Chapter 2.
It's a shame that some of the characters they appear in the trial you don't get to meet in the streets. Some do, some not.
Well, they kinda do address that with the epilogue DLC, wherein some characters that were...
Well, I should, again, Jovah, you keep claiming that we did that, but I have no memory, so I don't even know what the DLCs are about at this current stage.
We did them, but hey, for you, it'll be like it's brand new.
Hooray.
We designed Riddell pretty much the way I wanted. As she's the puzzle master and you'll get to talk to her a lot, I wanted her to be very unique and memorable. We made many drafts of the story tower before deciding on this one. His design was inspired by the owl, which symbolizes wisdom. His facial expressions have the air of a neurotic genius. The mask covers burns from the fire. The brooch design hints at his double life.
That's what the mask is for?
Huh.
They didn't say that in game.
We looked up what each gemstone symbolizes from before. The one on the Storyteller's mask is a peridot, which stands for wisdom.
Yeah, gemstones, I think I said in the past that depending on their color, they do have a meaning, particularly in alchemy. Oh, sweet, charming times before people, I guess, we discovered that Steven Universe sucked or something.
It's complicated. It's not like Steven Universe always sucked. People still do like the first 3 seasons of it anyway.
Please don't strike us, Cartoon Network.
The original copy of Historia Labyrinthia on the basis of the story. It called for a regal, elaborate design. The quill also serves as the key to the lock.
Cute.
Yeah, there's a lot of details here that we didn't get to see in the final story, which does lead credence to... Well, okay, they admit stuff was scrapped, but gosh dang, it really does feel like there was a lot at play. You can't see it in the cutscene, but the parade is followed by an orchestra. We wanted to present the storyteller as a ruler, the king of Labyrinthia. The chariot design is inspired by Viking boats. Owls in the shades is symbolized by hidden eyes. The armor-clad horses stand out in the parade, so we made their designs very detailed too. Buy now for $4.99. Barnum has an elite war horse. The flags used for the parade are used on medieval coats of arms, but with modern military colors. Symbolic quills and swords feature on the flags. We submitted a lot of Dark Laws designs to director Takumi for approval. We They adopted a process of elimination, so the first designs were multifarious. Yes, she was even supposed to have an eye patch at some point. I had my own favorite too. This is the design I liked the most. It's different from the first dress, but
She was kind of similar to Cassandra from the Tangle series.
But yeah, they settled on the one that's of course most like a cat. Leather armor,
Sure.
all that. This design of our Dark Law as the High Inquisitor was made a long time after the Dark version. She uses the same gauntlets when she appears as the Great Witch. I drew the middle bottom face thinking that I'd love to see that in the anime cutscenes. It's also my favorite of Dark Law's expressions. The original idea was that the other Eve would not really exist, only Espella would see her. But it was so sad, and I'm glad in the end she was given the shape of a cat. Yeah, that's right, Eve the cat was just supposed to be a hallucination of Espella's.
Oh.
The first prosecutor in game is not a knight. This is what Barnum was supposed to originally look like.
Very Tales of Aska.
Yeah, he
I
does look a bit-
wonder...
Yeah.
Ah,
Why does he look so angry?
he hates Japanese people because he's racist, apparently.
Edward's ancestor.
No, trust me, this prosecutor is incredibly racist.
Well, I was talking about the other guy, but I guess.
I knew that.
I need to play this duology.
Oh, Ace Attorney, Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, amazing duology.
Okay, I've been playing it so far. At least to me, it hasn't got off to a very good start. But
You left off on case 2 of the first game, right?
yeah.
Trust me, it gets better. One of the first designs of Espella, it was suggested that the game world would be like a fairy tale. The hood was supposed to give Espella a medieval look. As Espella was
not
getting
Red
new
Riding
face
Hood, though.
designs, we put an emphasis on her silhouette to make her easily recognizable. She's drawn here as a prison runaway, hence the chain.
She looks more like Alice.
Yeah.
When we decided on the witch trial theme, Espella's design was based on a Red Riding Hood with a Jeanne d'Arc appearance.
Yeah, I can see that.
And here we have, of course, the final design. We were told to remove her gauntlet as it made her look like a warrior. The rest is unchanged from the previous draft.
I don't know. Spell with a gauntlet whacking people.
Espella's expressions of the cutscenes were my comments about the details of her presentation. We wanted to make the transition from cutscenes to 3D models smooth. Professor Layton had already appeared in 3D before, but we had to start from scratch with Phoenix.
Yeah.
It took us a while to get his 3D look
We
just
did
right.
saw what he looked like originally.
Yeah, because in Japan, this game came out before Dual Destinies.
And yeah, the prototype looks for Phoenix in 3D were... Okay, they weren't the worst, but dear lord, the uncanny factor. The sketches drawn by the animator were cute, but as it was the first time the Ace Attorney series characters were animated, I added a few touches to make them more official looking.
There were bits where they did.
Maya's always adorable.
Maya Polky.
Yeah.
It was,
I was checking and correcting the drafts every day, and I felt sorry for the animators, but revisions are important. Hello, I'm Kazuya Nori from the Capcom character designer and art director. I'm proud to represent some of the art designs in this game. And yes, the twist!
By the way, why didn't the player recording this show that first?
That's because for some reason the menu starts off with
Proportion!
Yes, originally the characters were supposed to be able to go back and forth between universes.
I mean, okay.
And
don't
this
get me
is
wrong.
what Layton and Luke would look like in the Ace Attorney universe.
Wow, it's funny you had that Steven Universe clip.
Okay.
The
Okay, I'm gonna have to say, yeah, Ace Attorney's style even looks great. That being said, I mean, it was a nice effort, Muri-san, but I don't think you quite captured Nagano's style.
Okay,
I love casual Dark Law.
Okay, so
It's
the
a nice
reason,
effort,
the reason I did those out of order is because that's actually how the menu presents stuff to you. Like when I first did this for the first time ever, I thought, well, obviously the first stuff would be, at the start. But no, apparently they put the last stuff at the start, weirdly enough. And by the time I realized it, yeah, it was too late. Oh shoot, maybe... Either way, though, wasn't that an educational time, kids? You can see that a lot of ideas were there. Some made them through with greater refinement, others sadly got axed. Though really you have to wonder, how sad would it have been if Eve the cat was never really there and that was just a spell
Well,
trying
again, our
to...
theory was that originally both her and Darklaw were the same being, but apparently they were going for a completely different direction altogether.
I do still get the feeling that at some point there was a draft where Darklaw was going to be the cat, like... Now, granted, the apparently original idea was to have Eve just be a hallucination. This probably would have been hintings for how, Darklaw's the actual real Eve in that regard. And who knows, maybe they might have pulled a bit of, classic twist stuff where, it's never clear that the characters realize that Eve the cat isn't there until it comes the point for the twist.
Alright, so see you for the next part.
Yep, when we actually begin the proper epilogue.
Yeah.
Ta-ta!